In Loosen Up news, submitted by JK is my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
A teacher was suspended after the school found out she's also a pole dancing instructor.
That's tight.
What? That's messed up.
Can I go to it now?
She's suspended.
Well, for how long?
Pole dancing is so different now than what it was.
Exercise.
Yeah.
So this takes place in North Carolina.
Oh, I get it.
That's a part of the Bible Belt.
It just clicked for everyone.
I get it.
A lot of those states in that area, they're trying to like get rid of evolution taught in schools, and they want to have
Like, seriously?
creation theory. Yeah. I mean, there's like whole committees and shit. Like they go into City Hall, like trying to get creationism taught as science.
That bothers me. Why can't religion and science coexist? Anyway, so this teacher, her name is Candace Mason. So she posted a video on her private Facebook page of her dancing, like pole dancing, because she's also a pole dancing instructor on the side.
That's
She's
dope.
a single mother of 2. She has a master's in psychology, a bachelor's in English, and a certificate in phlebotomy, if you guys were curious about her background.
What is phlebotomy?
You can get that in like one day, dude.
You can't? I got it. It takes a whole weekend, okay?
What is that?
You can draw blood.
Yeah, so you draw blood.
I thought it takes like a month, no?
Actually, I don't remember.
Damn it, Tiff.
I did take the class though, and I was certified.
Well, I'm not a phlebotomist, so I can't say shit.
I think it was a month, but I did it every weekend.
That's a
why.
part of this whole roster of stuff. Like
That is pretty funny.
it's kind of like spelling bee champion plus this plus.
That's pretty up there, though. Spelling bee champion. I can't say I have that.
Her resume's pretty stacked though.
She's really stacked.
I agree.
Like she's well versed in different areas.
Yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys a video clip of her talking about this, and she's also dancing.
I'm not gonna watch it unless she's okay. She's spinning around and talking. Okay, cool.
Let me see that.
You picked the right tip.
She has a bunk bed.
Lifted.
She has a bunk bed. I think it's a mosquito net type of
Here
thing.
you go.
Candace Mason works in Hope County. She posted a video of her dancing on her private Facebook page. The district got a hold of
too
this
raunchy for
and
TV.
suspended her. They set a policy that says employees should be role models even when they're not at work.
I worked so hard to try to make sure I can provide for my daughters, for myself, for our livelihood, to have it jeopardized just for doing something that I'm passionate about.
Well, I think for her, just to give opposite sides, you could pole dance all you want, but when you put it out to a public space, it becomes a little bit of an issue, right? So you could get party, do whatever you want, and those are all perfectly fine, but you put it out on Facebook for people.
How about the fact that her page was private? That's still not cool with you? Like, it's still public?
But this is the space that we live in. You know what I mean? Anybody can find anything. You know? And you're putting up a video right now where your ass is out and you're spinning around, and it makes your parents feel uncomfortable. As an educator, I don't see anything wrong with it, but not all parents will.
Was she in a thong?
Yeah, is she butt naked? Is that why?
Or was it like short?
I'm sure she wasn't butt naked.
Because maybe
No,
it's.
I think it was like a bikini bottom, probably,
But why do they blur it if it's?
because it was on the news. Like,
It's on the news, public television.
Oh, you're not allowed to wear bikinis on the news?
she probably had her butt out a little too much
Risque.
Oh, I see.
to have on the TV.
Do they blur out Michael Phelps when he dives into the water? 'Cause that's the same thing, right?
Wow. Speedos are risque.
Yeah,
But he
it's the
doesn't have a
same
good
thing.
booty.
Yeah, he does.
If the
Have you
guy
seen
just
it?
Ass cheeks don't come out.
take it out.
You don't see any like nut sacks.
Have you seen the Speedos are getting tighter and tighter and more slim fit
Let's
and more
talk
water?
about that.
Well, I mean, girls. are
Well,
always
there's a
wearing
double
tights.
standard for guys and girls. There always has been.
I always see his big old honker before he splashes into the pool.
I agree.
Why are
I
nipples
wish
so
we could come
sexualized
out
for
with-
women? And
I'm alright. I'm alright that I can hide my nipples.
No, I'm saying like,
that's what I'm saying. You should be allowed to. And if a girl's like, I don't want to hide my nipples, she should. That's what I think.
Everyone should do whatever they want.
because I wish like society was just accepting like how
It's not like, hey, all
every
girls
guy
have to
can
now show their nipples.
Yeah,
It's
no.
not like all guys have to show their nipples. It's just.
I'm down.
the mentality of the society. Like I wish it was easy for me to just do that. Too.
You know what? For the longest time, I didn't understand like why underwear was not okay, but bikinis are okay, and then why is this not okay, but swimming is okay? It's because this represents seduction and the act of sexual flirtation and things like that.
And swimming in a pool is in.
But a bikini doesn't.
Well, there's like a time and place for everything.
Well, like if you walk around in underwear, what that represents is fuck me.
Well, it depends where you're walking around in underwear. Because then I bet you, if you did like a social experiment and you're in underwear by a pool, then it's alright.
But
It's
that's-
like, it's
but
the
people-
same shit, motherfucker.
Underwear though, because if you're like,
Granny pants.
Have you seen the bikinis now?
no,
It's like a Brazilian thing where it's a thong.
See your whole ass.
What's the difference?
Awesome.
And even in the front too, it goes like way skinnier. Like
You can see vagina lips hanging out.
it's awesome. I follow a lot of Instagram pages. Yeah, yes.
Dude, 90s Sears catalog bikinis.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we should do an experiment like that for people that are like, oh, that's too set. But it's like, all right, let's bring it
But
out
the
to the pool.
experiment has already been done.
Yeah.
Because no matter how shitty a volleyball team is, the bleachers are always packed for women's volleyball. Because those booty shorts, even though it's athletic and
They're
it
not
has no
shorts. They wear Speedo if it's on the beach.
No, I'm talking about like the indoor ones.
Oh, okay.
So even though it's not sexual intention, a lot of people are getting their jollies off looking
You know
at
what?
it.
That's true, because the indoor volleyball, it covers more skin, but that ass looks way better than beach volleyball.
Yep.
When there's less, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Because you don't think it should be in that setting, so it becomes a little hotter.
I like the shorts better than
What about cheerleaders? They have bikini bottoms. And you could.
Do they?
Yeah, like it's like.
Depends on their outfit. I do like the volleyball shorts though. They look better.
I think what it is, like what you hit it.
Me too.
You said earlier, is context, right? So it's like, yeah, bikinis are fine next to a beach, but you wouldn't wear that at a church.
That's what it meant. Time and place.
So for cheerleaders,
But still, this is a private Facebook. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with pole dancing if you're passionate about it.
me
Well, I think
too.
the bigger
Maybe
issue.
there's a girl in that class that also wants to pole dance one day.
I mean, for her, it's like
I personally
exercise
don't.
too.
I don't mind it at all because I know the difference between pole dancing and a strip club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even think there's anything wrong with the strip club.
I agree. I'm with you on that too.
See, I don't see anything wrong with it either. What I'm saying is that within the context of her career and putting it into a public forum probably wasn't the best idea.
But it was in public.
It is. Facebook, even though it's private, it's still in a public forum.
But like the kids aren't looking at it.
People can see
Yeah,
it though.
exactly. The kids aren't looking.
If it's a private Facebook that only her friends can see,
So who's ousting her then? If it's private.
somebody snitched on her.
Yeah.
Somebody snitched.
One of her
And
friends.
for me, I look at the whole person and how they balance themselves out. So if they're just like a regular teacher, if they do something more risque, I'm gonna get mad at her. But she does pole dancing. She has a master's. To me,
Is
that's
she a good teacher?
Yeah.
That's what I would
If she had a PhD, she could be a hooker, and I'm cool with it. It's just how much you balance it out.
I think there's worse to have like I've had so many shitty teachers,
Yeah.
and it's like
I wish they
I
danced.
would rather have a good teacher who I don't care if she that's what she does in her personal life. I don't
If she was
care.
a shitty teacher, I would use this as an excuse to fire her, which might be the case.
Oh
She's a
shit.
bad teacher.
She's an amazing teacher.
People always make excuses to fire like teachers.
Well, for her though, she said she already got her classroom. They were about to start the school year. She was prepared.
Oh, she didn't even start yet.
No.
Damn.
Then that's just
Yeah, I mean,
discrimination.
and they're probably gonna do their research and background check on the teacher, and they found something out that.
I mean, I get it. Like, there's just probably a shit ton of parents that are just like,
Not
this
comfortable.
isn't acceptable.
Would you
I don't
care
know.
if your kid was a teacher, was a pole dancer, stripper, hooker instructor?
No, ours are all different.
I think that yeah, they are.
Everybody's different. I don't think I would care.
I'm with him. Like, if she's a great, he or she, because there's male strippers too. If he was a great or she was a great teacher, then that's all I care about because my kid's happy and having a cool education.
Me too.
I feel like we're very open-minded because
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
so I went to a Christian junior high, right? And this is how fucking petty those parents are. Like there were multiple complaints to the principal because the parents didn't like my hair.
What?
Yeah. And then they were
What was
like
your hair like?
You had pole dancer hair?
I had fucking bangs, dude. Like it was just a little bit.
Was it the Asian bang, like the super?
Yeah, I had those, and then I did it different, like once in a while. I mean, like the point is, it's like it bothered them that one of the other students
Didn't look like everyone
was
else.
unchristian-like, and I'm like, what the fuck does a Christian boy look
Wow.
like? You know, it's like, what if it was a part of my culture and they had no fucking clue what that was, and they wanted to make a comment and say he should be like us?
Well,
Which
that's
is
what
funny
they
because
do.
Jesus was like the biggest hippie and like loved
That's what I'm
everything.
saying. But that's how petty these parents can be. So if they're that petty, they could see this and think that she's the devil.
Yeah.
So that I could see how that play out.
There also could be like a tone of like, because she's black, because she has dreads, like because I mean she has like
Braids.
braids, sorry, not dreads. Yeah, and it's like there's so many. She's a woman, a black woman with.
I think the biggest issue here is just sad that she's an educator and has to have a second job because she's not getting paid enough. Like, that's fucked up.
That's pretty sad.
But that's not her second job. Her
Yeah,
pole.
she's a part-time dancing instructor.
But it's also her passion too. It could be her like.
She says it's her livelihood.
Just support her two kids.
Yeah.
In context, like in a lot of African culture, like or Caribbean culture, like Caravana's okay. There's kids that go to Caravana. They're all in bikinis. Everybody's shaking their ass, and it's like
Caravana.
it's like a really big Caribbean festival Once a year, they have a huge parade.
Oh, and some are topless and shit. And
yeah, they're very decorative, colorful.
They have the carnaval.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and it's like a part of their culture, and kids see that, and it's like it's totally fine. It's like it's not
sexualized.
Sexual, but it's like even if it is sexual, it's not like demonized. It's just,
Yeah. But to your point, you're actually supporting this argument then because it's context. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the Bible Belt of North Carolina. So within that.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're actually supporting the other argument right now.
What do you guys think about naked dogs then? You think they should wear clothes?
He started laughing at his own joke.
You gotta see the joke
Let me get it out.
You can an argument. What if my child sees a dog dick, and all of a sudden is into dog dicks?
Imagine in the
It's like
future.
you could literally make an argument about everything.
gonna have dog
People just
underwear
wanna
now.
complain.
I'm like, these fucking naked dogs are provoking
For a
me.
second, because I want to know what you were picturing in your head that made you laugh.
A shaved dog?
Yeah, I pictured like a golden retriever and who got shaved, and they're like, oh no, he's so unchristian. Like, we gotta put some clothes on.
Because I know he was picturing something dumb in his fucking head. That's why he's laughing right now.
Or you know how they came out with those chicken diapers?
Oh yeah, those are kind of dope though.
What?
Yeah, like
For eggs?
we talked about. No, for poop. So indoor chickens. So because it could catch their poop or whatever. What do they start doing that for dogs and it's like mandatory? Because like you know how Briggy you can see your asshole.
We used to make patches where.
Do you just want to hide everything from everybody, and then kids become adults and they don't know anything, and everything's just like, oh, like,
Like,
like, you know what I mean?
We're reverting back to
Like within South Asian culture, it's like the worst thing you do is have sex. It's like I didn't learn anything about sex. I didn't learn anything about sex until I went to school and they taught it. And I was like, whoa, that's how you have kids?
Same.
Nobody else knew. Like nobody told, and I still haven't talked about sex with my parents.
Same.
I got a question.
I just have to figure it out on my own, and you expect kids to just figure shit out on their own. It's like,
You don't want that. You don't want that
I got a
conversation.
question.
Trust me, it is terrible.
oh, you had that?
No, my mom's weird, dude. She's like just fucking
Just be open with your kids.
uncouth woman. So she'll just be like, she'll just come up to me one day. She'll be like,
No, but it was like violence is so heavily in like Indian cinema and Bollywood. Like they'll show the most gory, getting necks chopped off, and
not sex?
And they take like you're a 4-year-old and watching this in the theater, but then it's like you can't kiss in a Bollywood movie. You can't do that. It's like, but you can show the most death and
right, and then they cut.
yeah, and then they cut. But
I got an
but that's
Indian
love. It's like you can't show a form of love, but you're like literally mutilating people.
somebody could turn into a fucking eagle, fly away, and you shoot the eagle down.
Crazy? Isn't that crazier?
I got an Indian question for you.
Yeah.
So, I've been fucking
to.
trying
We had
for the
to.
last 2 minutes.
We're gonna do the time.
Get me.
I've been
Hit me,
trying
hit
to
me,
for the
hit me.
last 2 minutes. I have to fucking ask this shit.
Hit me.
All right. So, Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
Is that a small thing, like a small sect, or is that?
Oh,
some
I could
shit,
talk
like-
about this forever. So Kama Sutra, so let me just quickly condense it down. Kama Sutra is a part of like sexuality in ancient Indian culture.
Yeah.
Just like Asian culture as well was very heavily tied into
But
spirituality.
Sexuality is still taboo.
It is taboo now because we got colonized. So when we got colonized, the British came in and they said all religion, everything was like there's rules. After the British came in, everything became Christianized. Every religion in India became Christianized. Even my religion, which is the most open, free-thinking, it's like Buddhism. It's very similar to Buddhism. It's the most open, free-thinking religion. But there's so many rules now. There's so you can't do this, you can't have sex before marriage. But it doesn't say anything.
So it blended with Christianity.
So I think when the colonizers came in, they just literally just fucked everything up, and
Yeah.
Kama Sutra became a bad thing, and sex became bad. It's like when sexuality was very open before we became colonized, before like even the Mughals came in. There was a time where sexuality was one of the most open, freeing things.
Yeah.
Like you go to an ancient Indian temple and you see everybody just having sex in the murals, and this is a place of worship.
Yeah.
And this is where kids go, and it's like
crazy.
it was very open. It was very loving.
Yeah.
It was all about love.
I
You know what I
see.
mean? So there was nothing negative against it.
Yeah.
I think because the British
Damn
came in, they were like,
British.
"You guys are all this is savage and this is not Christ-like," and then they erased our whole spiritual history.
That's so sad.
So there had to be a rebirth of that kind of stuff of people fighting.
I'm reading about this because I'm like, whoa, we have our whole history wiped. So now I'm like interested in being like, what were our ancient spiritual traditions like? Because we were all very woke.